Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.
What is up everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be going through my team selection ahead of Game Week 27. After a small red arrow in Game Week 26, I'm hoping that Game Week 27 can be the week that my wildcard starts to pay off. With Game Week 27 seeing Brighton and Brentford doubling, an argument can be made to bench boost this week rather than waiting for Game Week 29. I'll give my thoughts on this strategy as we progress through the team selection. If you do find this video helpful, then please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel, and also let me know down in the comments what your plans are ahead of Game Week 27. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with my goalkeeper for Game Week 27, we have David Raya of Brentford. With Brentford doubling this week and facing off against Everton and Southampton away, Raya is a perfect goalkeeper option for this week. As I mentioned in previous videos, Brentford are within the top 10 for clean sheets this season and also ranked 14th for XG conceded. Many of the managers who wildcarded in Game Week 26 will have gone for Sanchez, who was benched last week. If he is again benched this week, then it could be a big boost for those who own Raya. Whilst Brentford did concede 2 goals in their most recent game against Fulham, I'm a lot more confident that Brentford can get at least 1 clean sheet this week. Neither Everton or Southampton pose the same attacking threat as Fulham. In fact, if we look at the data, we can see that Everton and Southampton are second and third worst for goals scored this season, with an average of 0.9 goals scored per match. In their last 5 games, Everton have only scored 3 goals, with 2 of those goals coming in their most recent game against Forest. Similar results are seen with Southampton, thus Raya will be my starting goalkeeper this week, with Kep on the bench. Moving on to the back line for this week, we line up with a back 3 of Estepinha, Trippier and Pinnock. Myself and all the other Pinnock owners were in absolute dreamland on Monday night as the defender somehow managed to return with 7 points after a wonderfully taken goal. Pinnock's goal was even more important to me as it massively weakened the red arrow I was on for the game week. Having benched Mitoma and played March, the Pinnock goal felt like a much needed bit of luck and hopefully he can do something similar this week. Not much needs to be said about Trippier regardless of how much Newcastle defence has dropped off in recent games. In my opinion, Trippier is the best Newcastle asset you could own and is also a vital attacking option due to his high amount of chances created and the fact he's on set pieces. Estepinha is also back in the team ahead of his double game week after returning with a clean sheet in Game Week 26. Going for Estepinha has already proved to be a big win as Robert Sanchez was benched in Game Week 26. Due to this, the Estepinha clean sheet was even more beneficial to my rank this week. Estepinha is also a great option due to how Brighton play, with their wing backs often heavily involved in the attack. However, there is a major chance that one of Brighton's double game week fixtures is cancelled due to heavy snowfall. As things stand, there's currently an amber warning for heavy snowfall in Leeds on Friday and Saturday. With Brighton playing in Leeds at 3 PM on Saturday, there is a high chance that this game could be postponed, which could cause major issues for us owners. The midfield for this week has Rashford, Saka, Mitoma and March. After having benched Mitoma in Game Week 26 for his 13-point haul, I'm really hoping that both him and March can perform strong in Game Week 27 and help me recover the points I lost in Game Week 26. Both Leeds and Crystal Palace rank near the bottom of the Premier League table for clean sheets this season and are also 8th and 9th for XG conceded. Brighton are currently one of the most informed teams and look incredibly dangerous in attack. Having both March and Mitoma starting this week should cover the majority of the Brighton attack in returns. After a humiliating 7-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield, Rashford should be looking to take his anger out against Southampton team, which has only kept 3 clean sheets this season. With 2 wins in their last 7 games, Southampton have quickly become the easiest 3 points in the league. With United hosting them at Old Trafford after such a bad defeat at the hands of Liverpool, there's a high chance it could be a cricket score with Rashford hauling. I would even argue that Rashford is a viable captain option for this week, given how bad Southampton have been this season. Lastly, Saka remains in the team after a disappointing blank against Bournemouth in Game Week 26. The FPL curse was in full force for me last week as I captained Saka as he blanked after scoring a 12-point haul the week before. Arsenal face off against Fulham this week in what I'm predicting to be another difficult fixture for Arsenal, who struggled against Bournemouth. Fulham are a strong team and look dangerous in attack. Hopefully Saka can get me a return this week whilst Martinelli stays quiet. Lastly, the attack for Game Week 27 sees Kane, Haaland and Tony line up all with an appealing fixture. After his coolly taken penalty in Game Week 26, Tony has an appealing double game week against Everton and Southampton. Whilst Tony is a ticking time bomb due to his potential ban in the near future, I'm happy to take every point he gets before he's officially banned. The Brentford striker seems to have a point to prove and will be hungry for more goals against the weak defences of Everton and Southampton. Kane faces Forest in what could prove to be a difficult fixture for a Spurs team who has faced defeats against Sheffield United, Wolves and AC Milan within the last few weeks. Another worry for Kane this week is that Forest have dramatically improved as the season has gone on and have proven hard to break down and score against. Regardless of how bad Spurs are, Kane will always show his quality and is well worth owning due to his consistent returns. This is most likely the last week I will own Haaland before I sell him for Ollie Watkins. Whilst an argument can be made to sell Haaland this week, I believe he's worth holding for this Palace game. Game Week 28 is the perfect time to sell him as he blanks that week and then plays Liverpool in Game Week 29. I believe the upside with owning Watkins over Haaland is much higher than holding Haaland, especially given Villa's double Game Week 29. On the bench for Game Week 27, we have Kepa, Madison, Zinchenko and Botman. I've seen a lot of people considering bench boosting this week instead of waiting to Game Week 29. Whilst I understand the thinking behind bench boost 27 due to the international break before Game Week 29, I just don't feel confident with the Game Week 27 bench boost. There's a chance that the Chelsea-Leicester game is called off due to the weather, and thus I could get 0 points from Kepa and Madison. I can also see Fulham scoring against Arsenal, which would wipe Zinchenko's clean sheet. Therefore, I can only see Botman as a potential return for me this week. I'm much more confident with waiting for Game Week 29 to bench boost, even though there is a higher risk. I would argue that getting your captain right this week is much more important than bench boosting. I'm currently deciding between Matoma, March or Tony for captain. I'm currently leaning towards Tony for the captaincy due to him being on penalties and the fact that Brighton may have one of their games called off this week. Join me for the deadline stream on Saturday to see who I go for as my captain. That's going to do it for this week's Game Week 27 team selection. If you did find the video helpful, then please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel and let me know down below in the comments what your plans are ahead of Game Week 27. I'm also going to be going live tomorrow morning for the deadline stream, so make sure to tune in for that. Thanks for watching and good luck this Game Week.